Hey guys, I want to welcome you to my new YouTube channel called Conscious Trader. Today we'll be discussing the US dollar. I find this a very captivating and interesting chart. Um, just looking at it, I can tell that there's a big move coming, and I don't think it's going to be up. I think it's going to be down, and this is the reason for it. Um, well, right now I'll be discussing why I think it's going to go down. This is from my Elliot wave analysis. I don't use Elliot wave to get into and out of markets. Well, I do, but just to analyze probably where it is within the cycle. But then I have my own system to tell me where my entry points are, where my exit points are. I don't just simply use waves. I find they don't always work, and when they don't work, your stops are way too far. So I needed a better system to get me in and out of charts. And by the way, that's what conscious trading is all about. It's just knowing where you are within the trend and where your entry points are, where your exit points are. You have a methodology and you don't fray from it. Even if you hear some news or if another analyst says it's going to go this way or this is what's going to happen, it's not about that. You're a conscious trader. You just look at the charts, you have a clear path of what's going on, and you know what to do at every moment. So anyways, let's get into this. You got the Elliott wave principle basically states that when price action moves in 5 waves in any which direction, whether up or down, that is the dominant trend. So that's the trend that you want to be looking at. This is the dollar index, and I'm just going to be looking at it from December 2016 to now, so almost 3 years of data right here. And in December 2016, the price started coming down, and it came down in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I guarantee you that at this point in time, in February 2018, people were probably panicking and saying, okay, well, the dollar is going to collapse and this and that. Well, that's usually when sentiment was probably very bearish. So now, but after 5 wave structure, Elliott wave says that there's going to be a correction. So you got to be patient. So this is the correction so far that transpired. And my thinking is this correction is probably over or almost over. We're looking at days to weeks, probably days. But anyways, we're not there yet. So we get a 5 wave structure, and now we have an A, B, and a C. Elliott wave says that corrections happen in 3 waves, A, B, and C right here. And so the C wave in itself is an ending diagonal. That's another Elliott wave term, stating that ending diagonals are usually terminal patterns, and when they end, they usually end violently. And what's special about this pattern is the last wave within the ending diagonal was in itself an ending diagonal. So this is going to give it even more of a push, more of a violent ending if my analysis is correct. So I'm obviously looking to short this thing, but if we zoom in a little bit, let's say a 4 hour, you have this coming down from the top, and then now you have price moving up, and it's moving up pretty strongly. There's a lot of momentum on the way up. So okay, so now I zoom down to the 4 hour chart. Well, from the top, there's already 5 waves down, so that can possibly be a wave 1, and now we might be looking at wave 2 here. So am I just gonna short this thing right now? I could, but if I short it, it can go much higher, and if I'm wrong and it passes this point right here, well, I just lost a lot of money. So the better thing to do would be to let momentum subside, and once momentum starts turning down, then you can start shorting it. But right now, momentum is indicating that it's up on a daily chart. I mean, I use very short, fast momentum. This is not do all or end all of any of my system or any systems. You should not rely on one indicator. But right now I'm looking for momentum to turn down for me to short this thing. Also, I just want to point out that if you look at the momentum indicator here, once momentum does turn down, I mean, you have some divergence here. So when momentum does turn down, unless it keeps going up and it passes this point here, once momentum does turn down, you're going to have bearish divergence, which is going to give you more confidence that um, price will continue downward. So I'm looking to short this thing, and I'm very excited about what's going to come after this momentum subsides. I'll probably do another video when it's time to short, but for now I'm just going to let this thing play out. I think it's fairly close, seeing as it looks like it went up in 7 waves, and 7 waves is a corrective structure, an Elliot wave. I mean, if you don't know what Elliot wave is, and Elliotician don't know what I'm talking about, but but if you don't know Elliot wave, you're just gonna have to take my word for it. So we're gonna see how this thing plays out. It's not time to short yet, but it's coming. I will do another video as an urgent update when the dollar does turn down. So that's going to be it for me for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed my video. That's pretty much what this channel is going to be about. It's going to be me analyzing my thoughts on certain markets. I'm going to look into cryptos. I'm going to look into stocks and commodities. Whatever I see requires some urgent action on my part. This is not going to be financial advice. You should never take financial advice from anybody. I would encourage anybody to learn how to read a chart properly and when to get in and when to get out of price action. I mean, at the end of the day, it is your money and it is your decision, and you should not really trust anybody unless you yourself know they're profitable and you're willing to trust them with your money. So that's going to be it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, click on like or subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys on the next urgent update. Until next time, trade consciously.